Howdy, partner. You're listening to the High Noon Podcast with your host, Mason Smith.
All right. Yeehaw, motherfucker. Welcome to another episode of High Noon. I got my trusted sidekick, my co-host,
motherfucking Nicholas Ceppaglia. Nicholas Ceppaglia. Motherfucking Nicholas Ceppaglia.
and first-time guest, Bimbo, everybody.
Hey, what's up, man? I gotta say, y'all beats on here. Who makes y'all beats? That's hard. That High Noon beat came in, I was like, this is...
Hell yeah, dude. That's, you probably knew him. Maybe. Did you know Irish O'Neil?
I met him like once,
Yeah,
twice. Like
so
I knew
he
him.
made that for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's nice.
Yeah.
Two of my friends back home made that. I've lost contact with them, but thanks, Eric and Matt. Appreciate my theme music for sure.
Hell yeah. So, fuck. You want to click the fan once, and then I'll...
Hit the air, yeah, so we don't have to listen to the...
All right, Ben, I hope you like being hot.
What are you talking about, dude? It's freezing in here.
What do you keep it at?
I keep it at 70, but I like when I go to sleep, I put it on 69. But then it's so hot here though that you gotta you can't really keep it on that or else it'll just stay on.
Yeah.
So you kind of gotta go with the temperature and every so often just turn it back on.
Yeah, I keep
It's super annoying.
Your roommate likes it being so cold?
He doesn't care if it's cold or hot.
He cares about nothing.
Yeah,
He doesn't have feelings, man.
He's dead on the inside. He
Dude,
feels
when
nothing.
I would, because when I leave to go to work, I put it on 75, so it's just not on.
Yeah.
And when I come home, it's like 77 in here, and I'm like, dude, you haven't turned it back on? He's like, I didn't even notice, and Bill's just panting. Just like, I'm like, dude, it's hot.
It's so funny how temperature changes though, because like when you're here, like when it hits like 85 here, we're like, oh, this is a cool day.
Yeah,
this is all right.
yeah.
85 in New England, you're like, this is the hottest day of the year.
Yeah. Dude, it's already, I was talking to my friend like two or 3 days ago, and he's like, yeah, dude, it's already 58 here. I was like, that's amazing.
that would be real nice
dude,
right
fall,
now.
Is October, is that your favorite time in New England?
This is the only time. New England is only good from like June to like October tops.
I
like,
love
September.
October in Massachusetts. Yeah.
It's nice. They got there's a lot of leaves. I forgot how many
leaf
trees.
Foliage.
All the trees, like you drive down the highway, there's trees everywhere. You come out here, you're like, oh, okay, there's not shit
the
happening
trees
out
here are either dead or not dead. There's
Wow.
like no
What a nice-
transition.
Yeah.
With life, everybody, you're either dead or you're not dead, I guess.
You're either breathing
Or you're not.
Or you're not.
I think that's how that works.
Ben, you just got done doing a bunch of traveling recently, right?
Yeah.
Where did you go?
So we went to Colombia. I was in Colombia for the most time. We went to we started in like northern Colombia. We were in like Cartagena, and then we went up to like the jungle. So we were in it was like Buritaca and Santa Marta, some other cities I can't remember. We were just like hostel jumping, hanging out in the jungle, and then we went down to Medellin, like the main city. We were there for a while. We were only supposed to be in Medellin for 4 days, and then we ended up staying for like 2.5 weeks.
Are you doing like Airbnbs?
We were doing hostels mostly.
Oh,
So
brave.
you and Jason Brindle.
Yeah, me, Jason, and then one of his other buddies, Jordan, came down for a little bit, and then we were there in Medellin. We went to Salento in Colombia, and then Jason went to Ecuador, and then I went to Mexico City, and I just traveled around Mexico City.
By yourself?
One of my buddies lives out there, so I was like there with him, and then I just wandered around by myself a lot.
That's cool.
I didn't realize Mexico City was fucking huge. It's like bigger than like New York. It's fucking massive.
Yeah, it's dangerous too, isn't it?
Well, it depends what part you go to. Like now, it's like there's so many like expats there. Like if you went into like downtown Mexico City, you're not feeling like unsafe. Like there are some parts where you're like, oh shit,
Like we should turn around.
Yeah, they're like, okay, you can tell right when you walk too far. You're like, all right, we're going back. Like there's definitely that point. But for the most part, most parts of the city were really cool. A lot of expats, like a lot of Americans that work abroad live out there. So a lot of people speak English out there too.
And do you speak Spanish?
Poquito. Like I know how to order stuff in like basic like directions and stuff like that. Like I'll be like, necesito comida, cerveza, uno más, like shit like that. Just like random bullshit words. But it's like whenever you go, like Colombia was the same way. Like I thought I was like, oh shit, I need to know Spanish. In like the city Medellin, a lot of people know English, but like in like the smaller towns, nobody knows English. So you're just kind of like just working your way through things.
The village people.
Yeah, it was crazy because like we went down there and mushrooms were like legal.
Oh,
I was
okay.
like, word. So we just bought like a half ounce of mushrooms.
Were they good?
Yeah, they were great.
Awesome.
Yeah, then we went to like the jungle and we just took some mushrooms in the jungle and went to go find this waterfall. It was a fucking fantastic time.
Hell yeah.
That sounds incredible.
Did you see any bears dancing with tigers or anything?
Bears.
Jungle Book.
Yeah.
They were actually doing musicals. Full out. No, there was nothing like that.
Mowgli. I was trying to think of his name.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. it was
Mowgli
fun.
was the boy.
Yeah, there's no jump. There's like you just get bit and like eaten alive by whatever is out there. Like,
Yeah, what are the bugs like? I mean, luckily for me, like mosquitoes don't really fuck with me, and like bugs don't ever really mess with me all that much. But I think that would be like terrible.
Well, the thing was, like, you wouldn't notice it. Like, you didn't feel like bugs were on you the whole time. But then, like, you would go to like take a shower and you would just see bug marks, like all like bump after bump. Like you're just your legs would be shredded. Like, when did this even happen? And you just have like red marks and it would itch. But
Okay.
other than that, it wasn't too bad.
How long were you guys gone for?
I was gone for like 7 weeks.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, yeah, so it was a great time. I'm like, there was a time when I was in Medellin, I was just like, what would it cost to live here? Like, one of them just looked up like apartment prices. You could buy like a high rise like penthouse for like $44,000 American dollars.
Really?
I'm like, I could live out here. Like,
Yeah.
I could move out here. I thought about it. It's beautiful. Out
Really?
there. Bro. But the women out there, I didn't realize. Like, I used to think girls here had like nice asses, and then like I went to Colombia. Every single girl in the fucking country just has the nicest ass. Like, I don't know if it's in the water, if it's in the food they're eating, they're walking up hills. I don't know what it is, but every girl. Then I came back here. I'm just like, what happened?
Flat asses everywhere.
Bro, asses are as flat as this city, like straight up. None.
Slight curve.
Dude, have you noticed this about Austin? Women. So it's definitely a southern thing. There's more. It's the most blonde women I've seen are here, and they all are about having big fake tits, and none of them care about their butts.
Yeah, that checks out. They're just like,
they all have huge tits. They smell good and they're real pretty, but they're blonde, and then no ass.
No, I thought that was just like the white girl look. Like, they're all trying to get the Taylor Swift ass.
I think
like,
it's a southern
non-existent.
thing. Like big boobies, flat.
I think it's just a lazy white girl thing.
Well, in Boston, maybe fitness is bigger in Boston. Because there's a lot of nice
That's what
butts.
I'm saying. It's just his laziness.
Yeah.
This
Laziness plus money equals I
Right.
can have what I want without having to work for it.
Right.
Let me buy these
That
fake
makes sense.
tits. I'm gonna get this fake ass
Right.
later. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
I'll worry about that
that
later.
later. I'm 25.
It's
I'm
like
already
men
at
like to play with titties anyways.
25. I've had 8 facelifts. You
Yeah,
know, like,
That's the
Botox is huge here.
I didn't
wild.
realize there's like pre-Botox now. You're talking girls in like they're like 23, 24 getting Botox already. I dated one girl. She was like 27. She'd been getting Botox for like 4 years already.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm like,
dude,
when
you
the
know,
fuck did that happen?
What's her name? We won't say her name, but
we know
she
people. We
gets
know people.
Botox.
I mean, we know people. That
I
do
know.
it.
I know people that are like 25, 26 getting Botox.
That shit is crazy. When the fuck did that start happening?
That's a pretty recent thing, like 5, 6
Yeah, I
years,
guess,
I'd
I
say.
don't know.
Yeah, that shit is wild. I'm like, damn, because Botox fucks you up. By the time you're like 30, your face looks all fake and shit. You got that like Joan Rivers
And
face.
you
or
gotta
whatever's going
keep
on.
doing it.
Yeah.
I would assume.
Yeah, I would imagine.
The milk
It's
goes.
like when you get on testosterone, I think you have to keep doing it.
Yeah.
It's like steroids. If you stop, you
once
just
you-
get all saggy.
Yeah. When I was
Never
18,
Never gonna stop.
when I was like 18 or 19, we started doing. There was this gym in this little town next to my town, and he hired a chemist, and they were making their own. We called them a cycle, but it was pills, pro hormones, and they were making them in this lab, just in this guy's gym, and selling them to teenagers and young 20-year-olds. So everyone's on these fucking pills. And then you have to take estrogen blockers after.
What?
Or like your tits you'd get bitch tits. And I remember everyone was doing them. So everyone looked big, but everyone was puffy.
Yeah.
It was all water weight.
Were they all like moody? And
Oh, dude!
Oh.
Everyone was like fighting each other. Like
They start
dude,
crying
it
and
was
shit?
crazy. Yeah, I did it. I did a couple cycles.
Did you?
I gained 35 pounds in like 30 days.
Oh shit! That doesn't
Yeah.
even seem.
It was
That's
crazy.
That's not
Yeah.
healthy at all.
Yeah, and like, but I remember as soon as you stop taking it, or as soon as you stop working out on it, it's gone. You're just back as if it never was there.
Did your dick shrink when you took it?
No,
Like,
but I
wasn't
was
a side effect?
grumpy.
Okay.
I was grumpy as fuck.
You're just all crying all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you're doing regular drugs too. So like,
Well, those are cool. You know,
Yeah.
you get some shrooms, get your perspective.
well, at
back.
that time it was more like coke and meth.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
a little bit.
Mason didn't go like we went the psychedelic route.
Yeah.
Well, I did that too, but while
But we went. But he was also like, well, how can we just make this worse?
Double down,
dude, yeah, I smoked a bowl of meth after taking acid one time, and I remember I was up for like 35 hours, and I remember my joints started like convulsing on me.
Yeah, because
I wasn't
so tense
drinking
the whole
water.
time.
Yeah, and I just remember I was tripping balls for well over 24 hours.
Yo, meth is fucked up. I did it on accident one time when I lived in Denver. We were kind of wild. There's
Got an Adderall prescription. Yeah. By accident.
Adderall, it might as well be the same shit.
Yeah.
But because we were hanging out with some people, and I thought we were kind of fucked up, and I thought somebody handed me a line of coke. I wasn't really paying attention, and the line was already there. I just took the shit and I snorted some. I was like, "What the fuck is that? That's not coke." He's like, "Oh, I thought that was meth. I thought you know." I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
And then the whole night, I was just like, "Bro, I'm on meth." I'm
Yeah.
just fucking tweeting the fuck out. I couldn't even. I was like, "This is fucked up."
Yeah, it's
I
just
didn't-
gnarly.
How long did you live in Denver for?
I grew up in Denver, so I moved to Denver when I was like 5. I moved from Africa to Denver, and then I grew up in Denver pretty much like my whole life. I went to Colorado State University.
Oh,
And then
cool.
once I graduated, I lived downtown for a couple years, and then I left Denver in like 2015, so I was there for like 20 years or so.
And why'd you go to Worcester?
So yeah, because I was living abroad for a while. So when I left Denver, I started working on cruise ships first.
Oh, cool.
And so like, you know how they got that like outdoor surfing thing on cruise ships?
Yeah.
So I used to be like one of those instructors out there. So
Oh,
we just like
cool.
teach people how to ride and shit. And it was dope. Like it was just me and a bunch of like Brits from, and then like people from Croatia and shit. We just ride every day and like teach lessons. And then I did that for a while. And it was cool because you do like a contract. It'd be anywhere from like 3 months to 6 months or whatever. But in between, you'd have like a month or 2 off, and I'd just travel all around. But then once I stopped working, I actually got fired from the ship. And then my family lived out there at the time. So I went to just stay with family after I got fired from the ship. So yeah, that was fucked up.
And then you started comedy in Worcester?
Yeah, I started comedy.
After all that stuff too?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, that's when I started. I started kind of late. I was 20. It was like right after I turned 27.
I was
so-
27 too.
Yeah, so late to the party, but I like mass comedy. How did you like find like Boston or like New England comedy compared to like Austin?
Well, I mean, see, because I started in 2018, obviously pre-pandemic,
Mm-hmm.
and it seemed very fun and like definitely was like hard to sort of get in with everybody.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But after a year, I remember right at about a year, I like finally had time and was starting to slowly get booked and stuff. Mm-hmm. And but then I remember when the pandemic hit and then everyone came back, everyone was like, it was like people got extra woke. Like, it was like they got extra, like, you don't say that.
You can't say that.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing that when I got here that shook me. It was
Yeah.
like, I remember the first night I was here, I was like, I've heard more people in my first night say nigga and like more white people dropped that in one night than I heard in like all of Boston comedy for the whole time I was there. That shit had me shook. I was like, what?
I've only heard one person say that, and he has it.
I've heard 2 people say it. One of them was in this room.
No, I don't say that.
And it wasn't me.
I wouldn't say that on stage.
I didn't say it on stage. I just heard you say it.
Maybe if my Uber driver got my order wrong.
You know, there's certain times.
No, but I remember when I got here, I heard people just throwing. So when I first got here, Nat goes, "Hey, you can say." And I was like, really? He goes, I promise you, I'm not fucking with you. Say it, just say it on stage.
Yeah.
And I did. I said it, and he was in the back, and he went.
That's honestly how I felt. I moved here and like the first week I heard and like I
retard.
I heard people in, like,
we were saying retard in California.
Yeah,
I mean, some
yeah.
people weren't, but we were.
And you can say retard in Boston. I said it when I went back in June.
Nice.
yeah, that's coming back.
It
Yeah.
is. It's all.
It
dude,
was
it's
pretty
already
tense at
back.
first. I remember
Yeah.
one dude got
Shout
kicked.
out Tom Segura for putting in that legwork on his
Yeah.
special, letting us getting the word back. I appreciate it. I'm working on the F word for you, so we're getting there.
Francisco has a really good joke about faggot.
Oh, yeah.
I love his joke.
He's like, it took me 20 years to learn English. I'm not forgetting this. I'm sorry to push punchlines out like that, but that's so good.
Yeah, his bit about that is really good. Because I remember one dude got like kicked out of a mic for saying retard, like in Boston.
Yeah, they were all about the policing and shit. Yeah.
Well, because that comedy scene is like compared to like Austin is like the Wild West of comedy. Like compared to like Boston, like everything there was like established. All the like the headliners there, they've been there for years. Like the Tony V's and the Mike Donovans and all those guys. They've been around for like ever, and they just never left. Boston was one of the few cities. Like everywhere else, anyone that gets good goes to like New York or California. All those Boston guys just stayed. So yeah, that comedy scene was really well established, and there was like gatekeepers for better or worse. But 100%. There was a lot of that. And here in Austin, there's none of that. Everyone just got here. Everyone just fucking figuring shit out.
I feel like that's what's cool about it is like everyone that moved here didn't just move. Like if you moved here, you had a reason to move here. Like.
Yeah, I agree.
That one was wet.
Yeah, no, I mean, because it's just like, yeah, don't get me wrong, like, even, like, just now, because, I mean, even where I'm at working, it's kind of isolated because I'm there all the time. It's a little exclusive, you know. But, like, so, like, if I'll try and go out, like, every time I go out to a mic or just go out somewhere else, there's at least, like, 30 people that I've never seen before.
Now.
Now I'm like, who are these?
Yeah,
they come in and they go. It's like a rotating circle of comics that just come in and come out.
And I mean, granted, we do have plenty people moving here being like, I moved here to start comedy, and you're like,
dude, yeah, that blows my mind when I meet someone that says they moved here to start.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, buddy.
I mean, it's gonna be rough, but if you're good, the cream will rise to the top. You'll do it, but it's gonna be rough. And then there's other people that are like, oh yeah, I moved out here. Rogan moved out here. I think I listen to his podcast all the time. I don't like comedy all that much, but I think I'm gonna do stand up. I'm like, whoa, bro.
Right. Dude. You left your life. You like uprooted your whole world to move here dude, the thought of moving here without ever even done comedy, that's so, I would never do that.
Like, anytime someone's like, oh, you do comedy? I've always wanted to do it. How do I start doing comedy? I'm like, well,
you don't.
What are you trying to do? Like, they're like, oh, I want to be famous, blah, blah. I'm like, bro, if you want to be famous, get a TikTok and fucking start making some reels.
Yeah,
like,
YouTube.
You'll move way quicker along than, like, you have to actually like comedy, like the process of going to open mics and writing jokes and testing out this material. Because unless you like it, you're going to be like, this is fucking miserable.
Yeah.
And even then, if you love it, it's still miserable.
Fucking miserable. That's what I'm saying. Like, I like it, and I'm going to go to an open mic sometimes, and I'm like, why the fuck did I here? Like, what the fuck was I thinking?
Yeah, no.
And I love doing comedy, but yeah, it's a hard thing to do. Just be like, yeah, I'm gonna move. I'm gonna get on Rogan, and I'm gonna kill it.
Yeah. Dude, it's so funny. Some of the open mics, even just in general, not even anywhere in particular, but like you'll just be sitting there and you're just like, why would I think that this is something that I should be doing? Like, this is insane. Like, I saw a guy go up at Vulcan. And he stripped down to his, like, to a thought. I told you about this.
No, but I mean, it sounds
dude,
funny.
I haven't told you about this?
No.
Dude, some brand new open micer that just moved to town. I've never met him before. I don't want to describe his look too much because you'd be able to figure out when you see him. But he looks like a weird version of Dean Stanfield. And so he goes on stage. And I think the joke was, oh, I have a new tag for this bit. Hold on, let me look for it. And he goes like this. And then he takes his pants off and looks at the tag in his pants and goes, oh, wrong tag. Hold on a second. So now he's standing on stage with no pants on, and he's got a long shirt, so it looks like he doesn't have underwear on. All of a sudden, he pulls down his underwear, and he's like, oh, wrong tag. Hold on, and throws that. And now it looks as if he doesn't have anything on.
Oh, shit.
And then he takes his shirt off, and he's standing there in like a Speedo. And he's like, where's that last tag at? And he takes the Speedo off, and right about that time, Zach Black just gets his phone and shines the light from right at the foot of the stage. He goes, we don't do that here. Get off the stage.
He was about to get naked?
I don't know where he was headed, but he pulled the Speedo off and he had a thong on.
Oh.
Jeez.
And then was like, there's the tag or something.
Yeah, people be out here wilding. I went to one open mic and I followed like... It was like something the Alien. It was like Tony Pepperoni. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Bro. I was
he
like,
changed it. It's Tony Salami now or something.
Oh Jesus!
Funny.
Yeah.
I remember I followed like 4 like novelty acts at an open mic. Just like people, just the same Tony Pepperoni tone. There was like all these random fucking names. I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah,
right now?
there's a lot of you know, like just obviously not this, but like there's a lot of like Cedric the Entertainer, like stuff like that.
But
It's like with the names. I remember I hosted the Cap City open mic right before the competition started, and this one guy, he had like a crazy name, like the something something, and he came up to me after and he goes, "Hey, I'm brand new." He's like, "This is like only my second mic. What do you have any like advice?" And I go, "What's your real name?" And he tells me, and I go, "Go by that."
Yeah.
Go by your real name, dude.
Yeah.
Like, this is not, you shouldn't do that.
Yeah, Kevin Hart did that. When he first started, he was like Little Kev the Bastard or something like that. And then someone was like, bro.
I bet Patrice was like, "You're an idiot."
I love Kevin Hart telling Patrice stories. He's
Same.
like, when he's like, there's one where like Kevin Hart is up there doing this joke, and all of a sudden he's just he's on stage just doing this joke, and someone throws a phone book on the stage and it hits him. He's like, "What the fuck?" And then he just hears Patrice in the background. He's like, "Read it. It's better than this bullshit you're doing right now."
That's funnier than what you're saying.
Bro, that's fucking hilarious.
Savage.
Yo, Patrice was like the wildest. I think Patrice is he's probably, if not my favorite comic, my second favorite comic after Chappelle. Patrice he was different. He just, I would love to see Patrice like right now with all the like.
Dude, he'd have the best podcast.
Oh man.
I remember Justin was talking about how Patrice taught him how to cook eggs, like how to pepper the pan first, you know?
Oh.
And because of that, I do that all the time. So
Really?
through Justin Nick's story, Patrice taught me how to make eggs.
I like hearing Robert Kelly talk about him because they were real close.
Yeah, they were like that. They talk about that whole like they had the table at the comedy
at
in
the
New
cellar,
York at the cellar, and the table started originally because Patrice got kicked out of the club for he did something fucked up, and then or whatever, people got mad at him. They kicked him out of the club, and Patrice would just post up outside. And everyone, all the other comics, like the Bill Burrs and all, like Robert Kelly, all those
Still
guys,
wanted to hang out with him.
They just hang out with him outside. And they were like, it got to be such a hassle, Patrice being outside. He's like, "What are you going to do? Not give me time? Like, kick me out? I'm already here. You can't make me leave." And it became such a hassle that's when they started the table. And they just all go inside at the table. And Bill Burr tells some hilarious stories of them just like hanging out at this table. And Patrice just roasting everyone and how it would be like miserable if they all got on you. Because I can't imagine like Patrice, Greg Giraldo, like Bobby Kelly, all those guys just roasting you.
And you're
Probably
on stage.
the meanest
No,
shit.
even just in a table, just hanging out. Like you wore that shirt to like Winnie the Pooh, and they just go off on your shirt. You'd be like, "Fuck, I'm burning the shirt. Like I'm not coming."
That's mostly the stories that Robert Kelly tells is him wearing something like a fashion choice and then getting fucking just harassed.
Yeah, comedy doesn't really have like that anymore. I feel like people are kind of a little bit more
People
sensitive.
more nice.
Or
But
nice.
they were
But
all
it's also a
Boston
different
guys
standard
too.
though too now, because you know, like back then you couldn't go on stage in shorts. You had to dress nice, you know.
I still hate doing it. I only do that if I'm working and I just happen to be in shorts.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
wouldn't make
I
the
don't-
conscious effort to wear shorts and go on stage.
Yeah, no.
No, I try not. That's still like one of the things that like I still just, it's so weird to wear shorts on stage. But sometimes it's so fucking hot here. Like when it's like 100,000,000 degrees, you're like, fuck it, I'll go.
Yeah,
If it's an open mic, then fuck it.
Yeah.
But for a show,
Yeah.
I don't care if it's 112. I'm wearing pants.
Oh, like even when I'm at work, like I'll wear shorts to work, and then if I'm like on stage that night, like
You'll
I'll
change.
have a pair, like I just have an extra, like even if it's a pair of just shitty sweatpants, like,
Yeah,
I'm putting these on.
something.
Yeah, neither
I
does.
agree.
But yeah, I feel like that's like an old school comedy thing because a lot of like the newer comics don't give a shit about anything like that. Like they just don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, no thanks. I mean, especially, and then you got to draw the line at sandals and flip-flops. You don't wear sandals or flip-flops on stage.
I don't even,
Come on. What do we do? That's not good.
I don't trust a man.
That's a bad look.
I don't
I
trust
don't know,
a man in
man.
flip flops.
Cam pulls
Like,
them-
I'm wearing
Cam pulls off
flip-flops
the
now,
hell
but
out of
I'm
the
at
slides.
What's up?
What? See, that's different.
How's
he's
it
like,
different?
he's a black guy from Florida. He's like, you know.
Yeah, but it's not different because you're saying no,
Well,
no matter
also-
what, don't do it, and then you're like, except it.
Dean Stanfield wears Crocs.
So do I.
Yeah, and those are kind of sandals.
No, they're not.
Those are kind of gay, but yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just
I
saying,
hate
dude.
Crocs.
I can't do them on pure principle. Like flip flops and Crocs, I just can't do them. I'll rock some slides.
Oh,
but
okay, you got slides.
I'll rock slides,
Did I
but
wear-
flip flops and
Did you see my Crocs I'm wearing? Dude?
no, you're rocking Crocs right now.
You see these bad boys over here?
I wouldn't wear Crocs.
You don't-
I'm
even
with you.
have-
I'm with you on the Crocs.
Yeah, I just wouldn't wear those normally. So
Yeah,
I'm
me
like,
neither.
I thought I did. I fought Crocs for years, dude. Same thing. I was walking through Ross just goofing off, like, and I was just like, there was a pair of Crocs. And they were $20, and I put them on, and I walked around, I was like, oh my God. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Like, these are comfortable.
Are they that comfortable?
Next thing you know, he's wearing glasses that aren't real.
Yeah, next thing you know.
I can't even hate on that. Some girl told me I look good in glasses, so I went out and bought some pairs of fake glasses. Great vision. I just rock these fake glasses sometimes.
Yeah, I do it because it's fun.
The first night I rocked them, I did the open mic at the Creek, and there was like 200 people there randomly. And it was like my first time doing that open mic. And then everyone's like, "Oh shit, you murdered with the glasses!" I was like, "Bro, I gotta keep these glasses on."
That's what you did.
Every time I'm on stage,
you were like, "It went well, so now I gotta keep wearing them."
No, that's not what I did. I just put them on and it went well. Like I just
yeah, that's what I said. And now you're like, now I'm keeping them.
I'm keeping them because I like them. I wear glasses all the time. I just never wore them on stage, and now I wear them on stage.
Do you have any like superstitions like that? Like you did something one time and you had like a great set, and you're like, "No, I got to do this every time."
No, I still can't even remember to fucking audio record my fucking sets.
Yeah, I record most of my sets, but like putting a video and like taking video sets, I forget that all the time. I got a tripod sitting at the house. I'm like, bring the tripod. Didn't bring the tripod.
The only time I get videos if someone else happens to be filming, and then I'm like, hey, can I get mine too?
Yeah, that's pretty much the same way. Which you should be. So they say.
Yeah. Mason's just mad because I became a glasses guy. You know, he's just upset about it.
Listen,
if you want to be gay,
he's just. Yeah, but you're upset about it, and that's what's really funny.
I'm not upset about it.
Look at how defensive you're getting.
I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, then why are you talking shit about it? It's funny. That's the whole point.
I'll get a pair. Then what's funny is, so I wear contacts. so then I'll get a pair of those. I'll get a pair of non-prescription on top of my contacts.
Just like put those bad boys on.
They feel like grandpa glasses.
I'm about to say, with that beard, you look like fucking Santa Claus, bro.
Come here, little Johnny.
You look like Santa Claus.
Dude, if
in
we
the summer.
dressed you right, you could do some good characters in that. Bro.
Oh shit,
dude, you are a nerd. You could be an easy pushover nerd, like.
Bro, you just gained 27 years in age right now, bro.
Dude,
you are somebody's grandpa.
Martha,
like you
Martha.
I think where's my teeth?
I think you're the glasses comic.
You should be the glasses. Bro, that's your look right there.
Dude, yeah.
Are you talking about my hemorrhoids with those on?
Absolutely, bro. I have an extra pair. I'll give you one. I'll give you a pair. You can wear them one day.
Try them out.
This is going to change your life. He's going to become a glasses guy. I'm going to see this nigga in glasses and Crocs like 2 weeks from now. He's like, these are good for my feet. I got bunions. Yeah. Old ass man. It's
good for my sciatica.
And then I have to stand up for 8 hours just straight. After my full day.
Oh shit! I left that door open this whole time.
Do you have like another day job besides the club?
No.
Okay.
I'm up. I'm still doing things
That's
during
true.
the day, like working out, taking care of errands. You know.
Working out. You're one of those guys. Just fucking with
standard
you.
stuff. Taking care of your body.
Just maintaining.
I'm
my
36.
body.
I'm trying to live.
Oh shit! I always forget, like, because a lot of the comics in the scene are so young. Like everyone here feels so young. The door won't stay shut.
The door won't stay shut.
I can't shut this door.
Stay off my lawn.
It's already happening. Puts the glasses on one time.
Can't believe the thermostat's not what I like it at.
Hey, I'm gonna put a lock on the thermostat.
It's about to rain. I can feel it in my bones.
Dude, hey, I can sometimes feel it in my spine because I have hardware. I have a fusion on my back.
What?
I have a L1, 2, and 3 fusion.
So you broke your spine?
Yeah, I cracked my lower 3 vertebrae when I was 15.
You just walking? That makes
I used to race motocross.
Oh shit!
And then I had surgery when I was 19.
Is that why you stopped?
It was that and drugs.
Mostly the drugs, but yeah. I can ride with that. Just on meth, it was really hard to ride this motorcycle.
Yeah, I just sort of got more into the idea of partying than going to a motocross race.
So Mason, were you on a lot of like opioids when you broke your back?
Like after the surgery, I went.
Well, then he got the abscess on it. He had all kinds of shit.
Yeah,
well, that's what I'm wondering. So like, did that lead to like addiction and stuff?
I was already doing drugs when I had the surgery.
So, okay.
But then they gave me access to literally hundreds of.
See, that's the thing is I don't think Mason's like addicted to drugs. He was just dumb. And just continued to
I just
do
liked
drugs
them
for fun.
It was just fun.
And you had easy access to them.
And then the pills, I was like selling most of the pills.
Right.
I would keep the hydrocodones; those were my favorite. But I would sell the morphine pills and the because this was still before it was like they stopped being so strict about how much you could get.
Because when I was in high school, I got hit by a drunk driver, and I had like a fractured sternum, like a collapsed lung, and like all these fucked up injuries. Yeah. And I was just remember laying at the house, and they gave me these hydrocodones. And bro, I popped a couple of those bitches. I'd lose a day, not even, because when I was in the hospital, like growing up, I never took like medicine or anything like that. So like, they're like, bro, you have like the lightest weight system in the game. They're like, we gave you half the dose we normally give someone your age and size of like the morphine, and I was just cooked. Yeah. And so they gave me the hydrocodones, and I'd just lose a day on those bitches. I'd just be a fucking zombie. And I hated them. But I was in so much fun. But when you're in a lot of pain, it helps like a lot. Like I was in a lot of fucking pain. I don't know, like if you've ever broken your ribs or your sternum or anything like that. Like when you're sitting up, you're fine. When you're laying down, you're fine. Whew, still got it, baby. But like the process of getting from that point to the other is fucking miserable. You'd lay there for hours just thinking about getting up because you're gonna be in so much fucking pain.
And it's like, God forbid you sneeze.
Oh my gosh, oh bro,
because with my surgery, I figured out how to not sneeze.
Oh my god,
bro. You just hold your nose and don't breathe, and it'll just go away.
Bro, I'd get them, but the ones that would just come and just catch you like off guard. Yeah. Oh, those things. You'd be in so much pain for like, it felt like someone was just like stabbing you in the fucking chest for the next like 15 minutes. God. If you had multiple sneezes, and God forbid somebody said something funny and you had to laugh, that was the most fucked up part because laughing hurt. Yeah. And laughing was so fucking painful. And I'm like, fuck, I love to laugh. I laugh at everything. Like,
dude, that's like, I was staying at my buddy's party house after surgery. And this is like why I caught MRSA. They were like changing my bandages with cigarettes in their mouths, you know. And then
I remember, professional to spot.
Yeah, I remember one morning I woke up and I had my back brace, and this was like I was still pretty fucked up. And I waddled into the living room, and everyone has their own plate, and they're all doing cocaine. But this was like real good fish scale actual cocaine, where when you do it, you get real quiet because you're just so high. And so no one's talking. And I walk in and it was like the record skipped. Everyone just looked up and then went right back to doing their coke. And I just kind of came in and I sat down next to my buddy. I was like, can I do some? And he goes, yeah. And he had to hold the plate up to me and I had to go like
a typewriter?
Yeah, because I had the back brace and I couldn't bend down or anything. So I literally had to be like, to snort it.
Fuck.
So fun.
How long did you have good friends?
How long did you have the back brace on for?
Oh, dude, I was fucked up for like 6 months.
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah, especially because I caught MRSA.
Fuck.
So it brought it back down.
I like how they wrap your bandages with drop cigarettes in there, but they do their cocaine like, no, we need our own plate. We cannot contaminate.
Yeah, we can't share each other's straws.
Bro, that's unsanitary.
Yeah.
That's wild.
It says everything about your squad. Makes sense.
Oh, well, I don't. So, yeah, I think one of them straightened out and got he's got like a girlfriend and a kid. The other one's got 2 kids and he's in and out of jail all the time.
So it sounds like they both fucked up because they had kids. That's where you fucked up. It's a death trap.
But then, and then my best friend right now, he's serving he's got like 11 months left.
Fuck. For drugs?
Yeah.
Okay.
But he was normal though. He had he was a part of he started a solar panel business. Like he was normal. He just happened to sell drugs and then got caught.
Yeah. Well, this is good business. Getting caught is fucking up.
Is business still going?
Yeah, some other people are
managing it.
Yeah.
Nice.
What about the solar business?
Yeah, that's still going. He doesn't do the drug business went under.
Yeah.
He filed bankruptcy.
Yeah, he'll be out soon.
Yeah, the amount of just normal people that would be in prison right now for drugs.
Speaking of prison, you said we could do a segment.
Oh yeah, you've been to jail?
Twice. But
jail or prison?
Just jail.
Okay.
Just the baby stuff.
Jail tells.
Bro, locked up like Akon. So I'm locked up, they won't love me, yeah.
Yeah, I want to listen to that now.
Great song. Akon's a fucking African legend.
The man.
Yeah, he went back to Africa and built like electricity for a whole city.
Oh, that's cool.
That's like for a whole fucking city. Just lit that bitch up.
When you call someone there, does it go through an auto tune?
Dominoes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see. So the first time I was living in Denver where I grew up. I'd graduated college and I was living with my boy Jay, and we played in this basketball league on Wednesday nights. And after one of our games, like we played well and won or whatever, so we went out and had a couple of beers. So like we're just basketball, it's like wintertime, so we're just rocking sweatpants and shit, like t-shirts and hoodie. So after we've had a couple of beers, we had this brilliant idea to go to the strip club. So we're like, cool, we pulled up to the strip club. We're in the car smoking weed in the car, and this is before it's legal.
Okay.
So we're smoking weed in the car, and we walk into the strip club. And they won't let us in because we got sweatpants, and they're like, we got a no sweatpants rule.
Yeah, well, that's a thing, by the way.
Yeah.
I found that at the party. I got made fun of by a girl giving me a lap dance. She goes, "He's got sweatpants on," and I was like, "What the fuck? They're Hollister." Like,
So funny.
Yeah, they let you in though.
yeah, well, this was in a hole in the wall in Hot Springs, Arkansas.
That's how you know it's fucked up when they're making fun of you there.
Yeah,
Hot Springs,
Yeah.
Arkansas.
it was like a Tuesday.
I'm a stripper on a
During
Tuesday, the day,
on
right?
Day shift, Tuesday day shift
In
stripper?
Arkansas, and you're the fucked up one.
Yeah, and you've got sweatpants
Yeah.
on.
You
That'd be a
got
really funny prank to pull on your friend. You know, just take them when they're in sweatpants and you just have the strippers make fun of them.
Yeah, look at he's got sweatpants on.
this motherfucker. We ain't dancing. So yeah, so they won't let us in. We walk right outside the strip club, and like two cops jump on us like right away. And there's a black cop and a white cop, and then Jay, he's like a Spaniard. He's not really a Spaniard. He's just a white guy, but he's got like a Mexican last name. But you wouldn't know that if you saw him. He's got almost like reddish brown hair or whatever. Looks kind of like your beard. And so two cops jump on us, and then this black cop and then the white cop takes him and he just sits him down on the stoop. And this dude takes me, and then he like puts my hands behind my back and he's putting me up on the car. And he's like, hey, and they start talking to us. So like, yeah, we saw you guys smoking weed in the car. Whose car is that? And it was my friend Jay, and he was driving. And he's like, it's my car. He's like, yeah, and we saw you guys smoking weed. Whose weed is that? He's like, it's my weed. He said that. So he's like, yeah, it's my car. He's like, what are you guys doing? He's like, what are you guys doing out here? Like, we tried to get in the strip club. They wouldn't let us in. He's like, have you guys been drinking? He's like, yeah, we had a couple of beers. He's like, all right. And so he goes and talks to him. And so my boy Jay's sitting on the curb, and I'm like, so this white cop's like, oh, you done. This black cop comes up. He's like, he's talking to my ear because he's standing next to me. He's like, oh, you done fucked up now. And so he takes me, smashes me put me on the hood. I'm like, bro, what did I do? Like, I'm like, I'm not doing anything. He's like, oh, you think you're so smart? You think you know the law? He starts talking just shit to me like crazy. And I'm like, bro, what did I do? I'm like, oh, my friend Jay's like, bro, I'm going to go to jail. He's like freaking out because he said it's his weed, his car, we've been drinking all of that. And then, so this goes on for a couple of like minutes. They talk to each other for a second. And the whole time this dude's just like got me handcuffed, put my head on the hood of the car. And Jay's just sitting on the curb, hands free, whatever. They talk for a second. They're like, all right.
Wait. Did you already say he's white? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just said he does. He said he looks like a white guy with red hair.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
right. So I don't usually smoke. I'm not drinking, and I'm
stoned, yeah.
high now.
Love a little
Yeah,
bit.
Mason's doing sober October with weed and ketamine.
Austin sober, baby. Yeah. So then they're like, get the fuck out of here. Just get the fuck out of here. So I go to get up. He's like, oh, no, not you. He takes me, puts me in the back of the car.
Oh, no, not you.
He puts me in the back of the car. And then he's like, you get the fuck out of here. Oh. So Jay, they never confiscated the weed. They didn't take a car. Didn't give him a ticket. He just drove the fuck home.
Damn, that's fucked up.
And so then they take me. And so I'm in the car. He's like, so what do you have to say now, huh? You thought you knew all the laws. You thought you'd do whatever. He's like, he's just talking to me the whole time, just talking shit. And so they take me, they put me in lockup, and I get breathalyzed, and I blow like a 0.1. I think the legal limit's like 0.08 or whatever.
Yeah.
But once you blow over the legal limit, you have to stay till you blow zeros, not till you're under, till you blow zeros completely. Yeah. And this was
They
like...
drunk tanked you.
What's up?
They drunk tanked you.
Yeah. And so I'm just hanging out there the whole time. And then finally I blow zeros. And then Jay comes, picks me up.
Oh,
and
man.
Because he was my boy. We were
Yeah,
like best
yeah.
friends. And he was just like, damn, that was fucked up.
Yeah.
And then they gave me all these like tickets and fines and shit that I had to pay. And I was so mad about the situation.
What was the charges?
Yeah, I was about to say.
There was like, they gave me like public nuisance and like drunk in public or some bullshit like
Damn.
that. And then I had to like pay for being in the drunk tank. Like it's like $500 like one night of the drunk tank. Like the fine for being in the drunk tank is like $500. And I was like, bro, I'm not paying $1,500 for this bullshit. So I went to the police station the next day, and I'm like, yeah, I'm here to file a complaint. And then, so I'm like, he's like, tell me what happened. So I go over the story. He was like, and it was these two officers. He pulls up my thing, and he's like, and then he looks confused. He's like, but this officer is black. I was like, yeah, I know that motherfucker's black. They're the worst. If I see a black cop, that's the worst fucking thing. I get pulled over by a white cop over a black cop like any day of the week. Black cops are the fucking worst.
Yeah.
They're like the same cop bullshit, but they feel like they're better than you and they got to send a message to you. They're fucked up. That shit was fucked up. And so I put in this complaint or whatever. And then, like, the whole thing just appeared. I never got a ticket. I never got all my fines. Everything was gone. It was just all waived.
Wow.
And it was just never brought up again. Like, it just never, like, it didn't happen.
Well, that's crazy that he just was like, yeah, that is fucked up. We're just gonna make sure that this doesn't ever.
Nice.
Yeah. So.
Hey, how old were you then?
I was 23.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was it like in the drunk tank?
Oh, so like you go in there and it's like a room, like a cold ass steel room, like you look like you're in like a warehouse or like.
And there's
factory
just
kind
a
of thing.
toilet. There's
like one restroom in the because there's a bunch of beds and you're on these like little metal beds or whatever, and you got to put on one of the uniforms. And
you did get dressed out.
Yeah. So they dress you out. You get in they put you in the little. This is like orange, I think ours were, and then and I was wearing like a white shirt, so it was like orange and a white shirt. And then they take all your stuff. You can't have like shoes.
They take
you gotta
your
wear these little like slippers and stuff. Yeah.
Dude, you'll see homeless people. The orange carved out their slides, but they're all one piece. Like it looks like they were just a mold. Yeah. But you'll see homeless people wearing them downtown.
Yeah.
If you ever see those are from county jail.
You're in county, dog.
Yeah.
So that's what we rocked.
Was there other people in there?
There was a bunch of people in there, and we just. I don't know. It was just man. That whole thing was.
Making friends, any crazy characters.
Well, there was one dude. He just would not stop yelling. Like he was like going crazy. And then the police came in. They beat his ass.
Yeah, they don't put up with it,
bro. They were not.
They're happy to do it.
Yeah, they were just like, all right, well, that's the reason. Blah.
Yeah.
They beat this dude's ass, and he was like trying to like fight him, and they just like carried him out. I think they took him somewhere else. But most people were just kind of in there, just fucked up on something for most of them, and a lot of people, and there were a couple people waiting, but like to just blow zeros like I was. But some people were real fucked up. Like they came in like belligerent.
Yeah, like you're gonna be here for 48 hours.
Yeah. I mostly just like slept until like the next day, and then you get like breakfast or food or whatever.
Yeah, right.
And then I'd just go eat, and I think I like read a book or whatever, just kind of hung out. They had like some TV playing on in the background. I mostly just chilled, but
dude, the first jail I went to, there was no TV, and you're not allowed to just sleep. Like they make you get up. So like after we get up with breakfast, they make you go back to bed. You don't make you, but they're like you can go back to bed for an hour. And then after that hour's over, they make you get up, and you cannot go back to your bed. They just make you sit there.
How long were you in there for?
That was only just a weekend because
Okay.
I went in on a Friday, and then you can't get bailed out till Monday.
Okay, because the second
or
time,
Saturday to Monday or something.
Yeah, because was it in a small town?
Actually, no. This was like right outside Fayetteville.
Okay,
So kind of not.
well, because the second time I got arrested, it was in a small town. And after they let me out, I couldn't go like straight to processing or go to court that day. I had to stay there for a whole nother day to go to court.
Right.
Because it was in upstate New York. Fishkill, New York. I fucking hate that place.
What'd you get arrested for that time?
Fishkill.
Okay, so I was
Fishkill cocaine.
I wish it was something cool like cocaine. I was driving on the highway, and this cop comes up behind me. It was one lane traffic. He pulls me over. He's just like, "Do you know why I pulled you over?" I was like, "No." And he goes, "You were speeding." I was like, "I wasn't. It was one lane of traffic." He's like, "Okay." Just does not disagree. He just goes, "Okay." He's like, "All right." He's like, "I smell weed in the car. Have you been smoking?" He's like, He's like, "I smell weed. Do you have weed in the car?" And I was like, "I knew I didn't have weed because I just finished smoking a couple hours ago.
Smoked it.
I already smoked all the weed. I know I don't have any weed in here." So I'm like, so this dude's like, "Okay, well, there's blah blah blah," and I got indignant. I was like, "Yeah, you can search the car." So I let the cop search my car.
And you were feeling confident.
Yeah, because I knew I didn't have any weed in the car. And so he starts searching my car. He goes through. He finds like an old pill bottle from weed from like 4 years ago in my trunk. I'm like, bro, this isn't it.
But it was empty, though.
Yeah, it was empty. But he's like, "I'm going to hold on to this just in case. I know you got weed in here." Like he's really looking to try to find some weed. And then I don't find weed, but what he does find is 5 Adderalls that I had with me at the time.
Oh, wait, and what were they in?
They were in they were in a pill bottle.
Oh.
And because, I just took some with me because
With
I was
no
driving across
name
the
on the
country.
bottle.
It wasn't for that one because I just took a couple, not the whole thing. And so then he's like, oh, shit.
Oh, he's like, jackpot.
Got him. And so then, he booked me, arrested me, and took me to this small jail down in fucking Fishkill, New York. So then the worst part was, so I'm in the fucking cell. So I'm in the cell for a couple hours. He comes back, and he's sitting at like a table, and there's a little wall that I'm sitting on, like a little partition, but I can hear him talking like on the phone on the other side. And so I'm like handcuffed to the bench or whatever as he's talking, and he's calling the DA. And he keeps trying to like, so first thing he goes, so the DA tells him to just give me a $50 fine or whatever and let me go. And he's like, hey, do you have $250 on you? I was like, yeah, I can use my card. He's like, no, I need cash. I was like, let's go to an ATM. He's like, no. He goes, no, I don't feel safe with you in my car.
Oh, what the fuck?
So I'm like, okay. So then he goes, so he's talking to the DA, and the DA is like, I'm not coming down to like book this or drop charges or whatever tonight. There's a court tomorrow at like 9 p.m. No, tomorrow at 5 p.m. is court, or 7 p.m. or something like that in the evening the next day. He's like, but just give him the fine and let him go. And he wouldn't do it.
Damn.
So he books me for a court date. And I heard him talking to the other cop. He's like, yeah, it's not your fault. You did everything right and all this stuff. Like, he was trying to fucking book me for this shit.
What the fuck?
So then he looks at me and goes, okay, well, if you have enough money to be driving across the country, then you got enough money to buy a hotel. So I'm gonna give you a court date for tomorrow. So he gives me a court date for tomorrow evening. So I'm like, all right. So this motherfucker's like, okay, yeah, I gotta take you back to your car. So the same dude that said he didn't feel comfortable with me in his car takes me to my car. They towed my car. And he drops me off at the tow lot, and he's just talking to the dude, like chopping it up. My car was there for like 3-4 hours. They charged me like $580 to get that bitch out. I'm like, and I know that motherfucker's getting a kickback as him and his lawyer just chopping it up out there. They're like friends. And the whole time in the car, he's telling me about his whole time. Like, he was from wherever he does, and he travels to the RNC every year. And he was just trying to be like a hard ass the whole time. Like, he's just trying that shit. So then I was like, fuck it. So I'm in Fishkill, fucking New York.
So you went and got a fucking hotel?
Yeah, so I got to go find a hotel in this small ass town. And then I go find a hotel, I get some food, I hang out. Then I got to be there the whole next day because court is until evening.
Right.
So I went to go see a movie or whatever, just killing time. So I show up to the courthouse, and all the people with like lawyers and whatever, they go first. So it starts going. So it's probably been like 3-4 hours I'm there, and it's past 9 p.m. And I finally get up there, and they're like, do you have so they like look at my record and they look at what I'm charged with. They're like, do you have any priors or whatever? I was like, no. Have you ever been in trouble for? I was like, no. And they're like, all right, we'll just drop this to like a noise violation or something like that ticket. And then they made me pay $220 in court costs, like $243 or something like that. And then I just paid that, and then I just
it was done.
It was done.
Did you have a prescription for Adderall?
At a time I did. At that time I did not have prescription Adderall, but yeah. So
I think it's crazy that he didn't even. He's like, yeah, everyone's got a little Adderall every now and again.
Bro,
we're gonna call it a noise violation.
Probably back in that judge's day, it was speed for sure, just straight speed.
Yeah, they're like, Adderall, this ain't shit. Like back in our days, but yeah. So then, and that was the end of it. Nothing ever came of it. So
crazy.
Those were so fuck Fishkill, New York. Ever if you're in that area, just throw some middle fingers up to it. Maybe leave a stink bomb somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Did y'all ever do stink bombs?
Yeah,
was that like a thing
I did one I did one in my did one in 10th grade in my math class. And
did you make it?
No, it was one of those ones. It was like one of those little vials.
Yeah,
we had the spray. We didn't have a.
Oh, we had the little vials. You drop them and they come up. Yeah.
Those ones were the worst.
Yeah, those ones were terrible.
I did that in the math class, and it was like I was in 10th grade. It was like 2002, and my teacher was like, we could get you for like a
Arson.
terrorist act, like a terrorist act. You know, those like Patriot Act was in full effect. You know, they're like a chemical agent. You know, it's just like, dude, it's a fucking stink bomb, bro. Like, I got
I have
suspended and
natural
everything.
stink bombs.
Well, you are a stink bomb.
But he's sitting in that chair over there.
Yeah, both of you.
Bill's a fucking stink bomb.
Yeah, can you imagine giving those guys guns like after that shit? You know, how quick would it be before a teacher shot a student or a student touched you? What do you think would happen first?
Teacher would shoot a student within like the first week.
Garen
Someone
fucking
has
T.
a bit about that in town.
Oh, maybe.
I forget who
Someone
it was.
don't arm the teachers. I know Tony has one.
Tony C.
Tony C. Tony C is a very funny comic.
So, are you still starting your basketball podcast?
Yeah, it's
where you play other comics?
Yeah, do you play?
No, I just think it's a funny idea.
Yeah, we wanted to do that, and then take a step further and see, because I'm one of those people that feels like I can beat anyone at anything, even things I'm not good at. They're like, I've been playing tennis for 12 years. I'm like, I've touched a racket before. I think I could like beat you for no damn reason. So just try things that people think
natural
are good at.
athlete.
I was pretty. Those days are over now. I'm in my 30s. You know, now I'm just trying to maintain.
Yeah, trying not to fall apart.
Yeah, piece by piece. How old are you, Mason?
32.
Okay, yeah. I'm 33, so
I'm 36.
36.
Yeah, like I look like I'm in like, you know, phenomenal shape and everything, but I can't run.
Yeah.
Like it would be a problem if someone was chasing me.
I got a burst, like 10 quick steps. Bat. You
Yeah,
know,
I'm in, you know, I need to stretch more for sure.
Yeah.
Can you touch your toes?
Yeah, but like it hurts. You know.
I got Jesse on a workout plan. Jesse can't touch his toes, and we started lifting, because the first day we went in there, like, dude was like struggling with the bar, you know. But so we went on this plan. We were working out 6 days a week for like 6 weeks in a row. Yeah. Now he's out there doing like 25s on each side and shit. We're trying to get him
nice.
We're trying to get him up to a plate.
Hell yeah.
That'd be good.
Yeah, it's been an excuse for me to get back in the gym though too.
Yeah.
So that's been cool. So like, I've been working out with that.
He was saying that so you guys go to your apartment complex gym.
Yeah,
but he was like, like one of the 20-pound dumbbells is missing.
Yeah.
One of the 15-pound dumbbells is missing.
There's everything's gone, but I'm like, fuck it. You can get in some workout here or whatever.
Yeah.
You can find a way to get a workout anyway. But I was like, bro, you also don't want to be going to like LA Fitness, just like struggling to bench press the bar. Like I'm telling you.
Yeah, you want to get ready first.
Yeah, that's gonna make you hate the gym when you got all these jacked ass dudes and all these women next to you just throwing weight around, and you're sitting there struggling with the barbell. You would hate this. Like I promise you wouldn't like that shit.
You have to have like a certain resolve to like go. You have to like go with a friend at least. So that's how I started working out.
Same. I think
I went
everyone
with a
starts
friend
off
for like
with a buddy.
6 months, and then he moved, and I was like, okay, well, I'm still going.
Yeah.
At that point, you know, but it was embarrassing. It's embarrassing when you first start going.
It's intimidating.
It's very intimidating.
As fuck.
Yeah, I started working out in high school because of sports, like playing football and basketball. And I remember the first time I went in there, I was the same way. I was putting like 2 pounds on each side on the bench press. I was just all arms and bone, like skin and just straight. And I remember one time I used to, like, after I'd been working out for like 6 months or so, and I had 45-pound dumbbells, and I was doing shoulder shrugs, and I thought I was a beast. You know, I'm in there just And one of my friends, he's in the same grade as me, comes in we're like junior year. He comes in and he grabs the 45s, and I look at him. I'm like, man, even I could shrug those. He's like, bro, I'm not shrugging these. I'm curling these, and I'm just sitting there like curling like 10 pounds.
Yeah,
it's like weak as
You're
fuck.
like, yeah, well, look at that.
Yeah, fuck. But yeah, that was embarrassing in high school too. But like from lifting from there, kind of gave me a base, so I didn't feel. I at least knew what I was doing in the gym, and I knew what like my plan was. Because I think that's the most intimidating part, is just not knowing what the fuck you're doing.
Right. That's where kind of going with some, like, when I started, I would go with friends that had already been lifting because of football. Yeah. Because I didn't start lifting till after high school, and then that's when we were all doing the steroids.
Yeah, just got. What an extreme. Yeah, I didn't lift, and then I started lifting and did steroids right on site.
Dude, and it was crazy how quick it fucking happened. But it also goes super quick.
When you do it like that, like, because like now I went years without lifting. I still kind of maintain and I can get back to it. But like when I was in college, because I went to Colorado State and I was on the track team, they had these. You'd go lift with like the strength and conditioning coaches, the same dudes that did shit for football, and they'd break you up into groups kind of like by the weight you could do and like the workouts that you were doing. And I was with the sprinters, but I always had to work out with the women because that was the weight I was putting up. And then, in my defense, Some of these girls were fucking monsters.
Dude, there's some chicks at the gym I go to now that are, I mean, I'm like, my God.
Bro, I'm straight up. Like, one of the girls, I remember one time we're sitting at practice and coach goes, Basunga, why are Janae's legs twice as big as yours? And I looked over, this girl had thighs the size of my head.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, we'd be in the gym, and I used to think it was crazy, people squatting like 225. And I finally got up there, and I was like, man, I'm a beast. And this girl's just next to me, just repping them. Blah,
like 300.
blah. And I'm just like, this is stupid. Why am I here? But that girl actually ended up winning a bronze medal in the Olympics. Like,
Oh,
she
cool.
was an actual fucking monster.
In weightlifting?
No, in a triple jump. So that's why her legs were so. Triple jump is like you run, you do. It's like a jump form. It's like 1 foot switch, and then you land with two.
Into the sand?
Yeah, into the sand.
Oh, I know that
But
one.
yeah, so there's like long jump, and then there's triple jump is like the longer one.
Okay.
one of the best
I
ones
used to
to
have an
watch.
illusion that I was going to be good at that when I was in high school.
You won't.
I thought I was going to be good at the jumping into the sand, and I was little though.
Because
Like,
you're dirty.
I just thought for some
already played
reason,
here, right?
for some reason, I just
Sport for me.
that was just what I thought was going to be the fun one, was just getting to jump.
Yeah.
And then I was not. I was obviously really bad at it. I was never good at sports. I raced motocross. I thought that was way cooler than football.
Yeah,
It's like, I'm riding a dirt bike. You're fucking playing grab ass over there.
we did grab a lot of asses. That was a lot of ass grabbing. There's nothing gayer than a
I
football
played
locker
baseball, like, and I skateboarded. That's all I did.
I tried fucking. I wanted to skate so bad because I was friends with a lot of skaters, and I just sucked. Just never could figure it out.
If you can believe it, I played lacrosse.
I do. Yeah, that tracks.
I can see that.
And I remember playing a game, and I was on the sideline, and the guy's like, "Dude, do you smoke weed?" And I'm like, super straight edge sophomore. No, man. He's like, "We gotta smoke weed sometime." I'm like, I gotta quit the team.
I can see young Nick. I don't want to get in trouble. I would hate to get in trouble.
No.
You seem like
Oh
the
my
friend that
God.
would have told on the other friends if you
No,
all
I
got
wouldn't
in
tell
trouble.
another. I wouldn't
You
tell
are the friend that told on the friends when you got in trouble, you idiot.
I was in the midst of the Pepsi challenge, dude.
Yeah, but you're that friend. Don't call Nick that guy. You're that guy.
Nick looks like the guy that made his own cheat sheets for tests, his own study guides, but wouldn't share it with the other kids.
Yeah. I did this work on my own.
Dude,
I did the work.
No, do your own. All right, don't let.
There was one time someone wanted me to write their essay for like honors English in junior year, so I wrote it for them. But then I was like, nah, don't charge me. It feels weird.
How times have changed.
He still doesn't like if I call someone a retard randomly.
Yeah.
Yeah, he don't.
It's like, what did that guy ever do to you? It's like, nothing. It's just fun.
You mean he's a good person? He has morals over there. He's got standards like a fucking
Gay.
normal person. Yes, I don't know. Sounds kind of gay.
All right, so we're going to segue into this other segment we have. Ben, what's your favorite thing about Mason?
My favorite thing about Mason? Ooh. That's a short list.
Yeah.
Nah. Favorite thing about Mason? Mason doesn't give a fuck, which a lot of people give too many fucks about some bullshit. But people that just don't give a fuck, they're just like, listen, this is who I am. I'm cool with that. Fuck it. We just laugh at that shit, and that's cool. Because some people get sensitive as hell. You say one thing,
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, well, my bad. I just thought we were just fucking around.
Yeah, right.
Nice. Okay. Part
Because
2.
I was a welder for 11 years.
Part 2. What's your least favorite thing? What do you hate about Mason?
I think Mason farted one time when we had him on the podcast. I'm not a violent person, but I thought about stabbing him. I could cut him right here. I just
they're vile.
Yeah,
They're
that
foul. Oh god.
bro, that wasn't great. This is fucked. You know, like when it's at first it's funny, but then after a while it's so bad. You're like, this is fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, this stopped being funny. This is fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that? Ketchup?
I can taste it. I can taste. I taste it on my
All right,
tongue.
the tuxedos are fucked up. Oh, that's good.
Did he hear about the fart? He heard about the fart.
You heard about the fart. I thought it just kept going.
I thought it was gonna be silent.
This is in my ears. I could hear it. It was.
Shit, love that movie. All right, where can people find you, Ben?
People can find me Instagram, Ben Basunga, or Lonely Man's Podcast. But Ben Basunga on everything, or Lonely Man's on everything.
All right, Nick.
Check out Absurd Junk and check out our monthly show, Backyard Comedy, and subscribe to the High Noon Podcast.
Nice. Nicholas Ceppaglia at everything. TikTok, Instagram. Come to the mothership. See me perform. Yeah, that's about it. Where I'm really stoned. Thanks for being here, guys.
Please like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, The High Noon Podcast, and subscribe on Instagram at @highnoon_pod. October 21st. I don't know. This might be out by then. Maybe not. If it is, got another midnight mass.
There's also
Those
one in
have been
November.
fun.
November, December. Come
Yeah,
to all of them, guys.
Just pretty much the last Saturday of every month is midnight mass at Vulcan.
Nice.
I,
Hell yeah. Well,
Yeah.
thanks for being here.
Yo, thank you for having
thanks
me.
for
bro.
coming
It was
on,
a good
buddy.
time, bro. Thank you, man.
One more for the road.
Howdy, partner.
This beat
Thanks
goes.
for
I
tuning
haven't
in
just
to
gotten
High
high on a
with
fucking.
that Wile E. Coyote, Mason.
It was like hard. It was like hard to keep
Make
up
sure
at
you
first.
like,
I was like,
share,
son of a
and
bitch.
subscribe on all platforms.
It was good.
We'll see you next week on the
Jason's
Dusty
still,
Trail
like, in Ecuador?
for more
Nah, he
high
came back.
drinks and fun.
He recently just got back because he got back here. He got super sick out there, and then he had to fly back to California. So he was out there for a while, and then he just got back like last week. Yeah, he's staying on my couch.
And oh yeah, you're